Hi, everyone. This is Michelle Gramolia. I am the CEO here at Woodland Pond, and today is Friday, March 12th, 2021. Um, we are going to cover a number of topics today. I've got, as I have been, sort of a list of items because lots of things are changing. So I'm hoping that you watch this broadcast, and then it will be available on our YouTube channel, which I will send a link out to on via email after we're done here. And then this broadcast will be available for re-airing on 1340 or channel 1340 today at 8 p.m. So before I get into some of the other things I wanted to cover today, I just wanted to thank everyone that put in a Girl Scout cookie order. We ended up having 150 boxes ordered by residents, so that's great. And about 200 for staff members, so that's fantastic. So the two troops that we partnered with, one in New Paltz and one in Hyde Park, will certainly benefit from that. And thank you very much to the resident that has offered to make a nice donation to one of the troops. They will appreciate that as well. So our goal is to make sure that between that donation and the cookie orders, that the two troops essentially come out break even in terms of how much fundraising got sent to each of their troops. So we're thrilled about that, and we just want to say thank you. Those Girl Scout cookies will be in around the second week of April, so you can look forward to that. So the first thing that I want to just cover today, and this topic may leave you a little bit frustrated, and I totally understand that. But the world, in terms of what the guidance is for activity returning to real life and things like that related to COVID, has changed 1,000 times in the last 2 weeks, and that's across all parts of our campus. So every day it seems that there's new guidance coming out from the CDC, the New York State Department of Health, the Centers for Medicare Services, and it's different for everywhere on campus. It's different almost every day. Travel advisories are changing. Recommendations are changing about people that are vaccinated or not vaccinated, and quite frankly, our heads are spinning. So this is what I can tell you. Through this weekend and going into Monday, nothing is going to change on campus. So all of the existing protocols will stay in place. On Monday, at 1 p.m., our entire interdisciplinary team will be having a meeting to discuss where our policies and procedures need to go in conjunction with all of these changes that have come out. So it's our goal that after we meet as a team on Monday, then on Monday afternoon and Tuesday, I will be putting together an updated sort of rule book in terms of what you can and what you can do, both from a regulatory perspective and a governmental perspective, if you're vaccinated or not vaccinated, what the New York State travel advisory rules are on going out of state, what the Woodland Pond protocols will be about doing this or doing that. And our goal is to get an updated and more clear analysis or a procedure document out to all of you so that you can kind of know where we're at, because really things are changing, I think, by the minute. Actually, I think that the federal government is getting a lot of pressure to really analyze closely the risks that are associated with certain things, because people are very anxious to get back to somewhat of a normal existence. But we're always concerned at Woodland Pond because this isn't just sort of the public. This isn't a normal community congregate setting, because everyone that's here is high risk. So we have to just counter and make sure that everything makes sense for our population. In the meantime, because a lot of the information that is in existence is still in existence, we are going to ask that unless you absolutely have to travel this weekend or go off campus, or you feel very compelled to spend time doing something off campus, that you just don't this weekend, because as of right now, if you do so, if you were to go to your daughter's house and have a meal, or go to Vermont and spend time at your daughter's house or whatever, the current policy and procedure is if you spend time with someone off campus, unmasked, for more than 15 minutes, in an enclosed setting of any kind, you're going to have to quarantine when you come back. And that's related to independent living. For the health center, it's even more prescribed than that. It's going to result in a 14-day droplet precautions and testing. And so for this weekend and going into Monday, I would just say, hang out here on campus, enjoy your time with your neighbors. If you need to get together with a family member or so off campus, do it outside. Or make sure that you're wearing your masks, and then that way you can ensure that you're not inadvertently setting yourself up for a mandatory quarantine and then a testing process. So just to sum that up again, nothing's changed through the weekend. We're going to assess everything on Monday as a team, and then on Monday afternoon, I'm going to put together guidance, which will be issued Tuesday. And on Tuesday, I will present all of that at my 12 o'clock broadcast. So now a few things. For all of you that have made a donation to the box of collection in the mailroom for the family of New Paltz, thank you. We ended up with a huge amount of donated items. And actually, I'll thank you on behalf of Nessie Karp. It was Nessie that kind of initiated this. For the benefit of family of New Paltz, and she wanted to just make sure that you were all knew how appreciative she was, how appreciative family is, and also that the drive will end at the end of the day on Sunday. So Monday we will take the box out and make any final deliveries to the family of New Paltz, but we've donated I think over 10 large size bags of items at this point. So thank you, thank you, thank you. There are so many people in need, especially with the effects of the pandemic. So that is really greatly appreciated. The next thing is that the visit logs in the health center, so the appointments for visits, continues to cook right along. So we know that lots of people are enjoying their visits in the health center, and we want to encourage that to continue. So if you are a health center resident or you have a loved one in the health center, please do book as many appointments as you can based on availability. And know that in the next few weeks, we are going to be putting up those visiting tents outdoors again, so you can enjoy visits outdoors with your loved ones. It's a lot more pleasant probably than sitting inside in a large room. So that is exciting. In terms of independent living, I have to say I am a little bit surprised at how few people have signed up for visits. Given that, we've basically said that assuming that the visitors come in with and have a negative rapid test, and essentially what you do once you get into your home, essentially is sort of, a fair game. I'm surprised that more people haven't signed up for visits. We started yesterday and we only had one. Today we have two, and then there's almost nothing on the calendar for the next couple of weeks. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone in independent living realizes that everyone is welcome to call concierge for visits. Each visit is scheduled so that 4 visitors can come, including children. We will rapid test the visitors. We'll do that right here on campus. No cost to the visitors. And we're really hoping that you book those appointments, because we've got lots of rapid tests. We've got lots of times available. At this point, we were saying that people could only have 1 visit a month, but we're not going to leave spots available. So if you're someone that has had a visit or has one scheduled and you'd like to add another, I think you're safe in doing so, because right now it seems like there's not a huge interest in folks booking visits on campus. So I'm hoping that that changes, because I know how excited all of you have been to see your families. So if you have questions about that, you can certainly call the concierge. Let's see, the next thing is in the office next to Sarah, you will see that we have got a familiar face to some of you and a new face to some of you sitting in that office. And this is a woman by the name of Angel Murphy. Angel is an RN, and she's been with Woodland Pond. Actually, she started as an LPN and went through her schooling years ago and eventually became an RM, and has been back with Woodland Pond now all through the pandemic. She works primarily in our skilled nursing unit, but she's actually going to be working with Sarah's team and providing some additional resident support in within Sarah's department. And that started yesterday. So Angel will still be keeping a couple of shifts each month in skilled nursing, but for right now, for the rest of the month of March and the earlier parts of April, you can expect to see Angel there in that office every other weekend. And also on Thursdays and Fridays, Angel will be doing a variety of things, including she will be, doing rapid testing of visitors, as will MJ next week. Angel will do testing in the clinic for staff and companions that need that. She will be an available nurse to you, just as MJ is, but she'll be here on those every other weekend. So that's fantastic. And then Angel's really going to help to, meet with residents, understand the needs that you have. She's going to be, big part of Sarah's team in terms of helping get physical therapy appointments set, getting you hooked up with physicians, doing follow-up, getting to know you. So if you think that you have something that maybe MJ in her role as an RN or Angel in her role as an RN could help you with in independent living, please reach out to Sarah or concierge or myself, and then we'll kind of figure out how, with the schedule that MJ and Angel have, how we can get you attended to and your needs attended to. So we're really thrilled about this. I will actually hang a schedule or ask Angel to hang a schedule for her own hours outside of her door, because it is a little bit varied. Just because she does have that existing schedule for a couple of days every pay period in skilled nursing, but we're just absolutely thrilled about this. So if you go by, you can say hi and introduce yourself to Angel. She's sitting in Kim Colbell's old office. And, we're thrilled to have Angel helping us out to kind of, provide additional support to the residents in independent living. Just on the fitness coordinator, speaking of Kim's office, Sarah is in the process of completing interviews with folks that we've got that have applied. We haven't had a ton of applicants. I don't know if that's because a lot of people are out of work because of the pandemic, or a lot of people are picking up work because the job market is picking up. But if you know someone that might be interested, Sarah did have a very good interview this week. The person is considering the offer, but certainly if that doesn't pan out, we're going to be in the market for someone. So if you know someone that might be interested, please tell them to go to our website and apply for the position on the Join Our Team tab, and we can get them in for an interview. The Plant Ops Committee this week, a few things came up, and Tom just did ask me if I could just reiterate to everyone that anytime you see something on campus that seems like it needs repair, looks like it's not right, maybe something mechanical looks not right to you, whether it be in your home or somewhere else in the community, if you see a bat's nest, if you have a hornet's nest, anytime you see anything like that, we really need you to put in a work order. This is a huge campus. We've got over 500,000 square feet of interior space. We've got 82 acres of exterior land, and we can't see everything all the time. So I have to ask you and implore that if you see anything on this campus that you think needs our attention, that you don't assume that we know about it, please put in a work order. The work order system is what drives everything that we do, from a maintenance, facilities, landscaping, snow removal, repair perspective. So, calling Courtney in the marketing office, that's, that will do something for you, but it won't be nearly as powerful, and nor will your item get attended to unless you call the concierge and put in a work order. So that goes for anything pest related, that goes for any repair, any condition that you think could be a concern on campus. We are empowering and asking all of you to please do that, because we're very committed to working, accomplishing, completing work orders. And a lot of the times, the things that come to committees, there's an assumption that we knew about it. And there's sort of this, well, when are you going to fix it? But 9 times out of 10, there's been no work order, and we actually may not be aware of it at all. So please always put in a work order. It's always better to have 2 work orders for the same thing than no work order at all. So if you could please do that, it would be great. We have received authorization from the New York State Department of Health to be a vaccination site ourselves for our staff and residents and approved caregivers. And I actually picked up the first vial of vaccines this morning from the county health department. So this Tuesday, we are going to have 10 doses of the Moderna vaccine available for residents, staff members, and approved caregivers that are interested in having their vaccine and have not yet done so. If you are interested in that, please contact the concierge at extension 5600 and let me know that, or let the concierge know that you're interested in being vaccinated. And we will contact you to be vaccinated right here on site on Tuesday. So again, that goes for any residents that have not been vaccinated in any part of the community, staff in any part of the community, and approved caregivers here in independent living. So please, we right now have 5 of the 10 vaccines have been earmarked for interested people. So we're looking for 5 more people to have those vaccines. We do not want to waste them. So please share that with your approved caregivers. And if you have not been vaccinated, think about doing that. It does seem, based on the guidance from the CDC, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, the Department of Health, that having a vaccine is going to actually allow you to do things that others that are not vaccinated may not be able to do. So if you're on the fence about it and you're worried about your interests or your social life or other things being impacted, travel, you may want to think about doing this. There's no guarantee that vaccine will be ultimately tied to being able to do things in public, but more and more we're getting the impression that that's going to be the case. So we do have those vaccines available, and we'd love to have you vaccinated next Tuesday. The last thing that I just want to mention, we are absolutely thrilled because next week's dinner reservations for the main dining room for independent living are completely booked up. So that's great. We are very excited to welcome, the groups each night at 5 p.m. into the dining room. And, we're ready for this to be a success. We are very hopeful that the experience for everyone is really great, because if this works and, it's as popular as we think, then we can potentially add, additional seating times. So please, enjoy your experience in the dining room, and please give us your feedback, because if it's not working, we want to know right away so that we can, fix the system, because at the end of the day, we really just want people back in the dining room. We want to see everybody. We're going to add, eventually more seatings and things like that. So we want to get any bumps or kinks worked out, in the earlier parts, like the first couple of weeks and so forth. I mean, we haven't really done this in a year, so we have to ask for patience. I know that, the dining experience is very important to everyone, but I do ask for patience and understanding, but do please give us that feedback so that we can tweak the system and the process to make sure that it's working for everyone. I will be in the office the rest of the day today. I do have a cabinet meeting for an organization that I'm part of today from 1 to 3. So I'll be unavailable at that time, but I'll be in the office. And if you need something, I'm always on email. If I don't talk to you all, have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Thank you.